Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Greg with Evangel Brokers, and this is the ADV1 podcast. This is a podcast we come to you each and every weekday, and we bring you relevant topics and training. And we also have panel podcasts where the boys come together and we discuss hot topics just to have fun because we enjoy doing this. Today, part of the panel is going to be Mr. Kevin Vega, hashtag Meme King, hashtag Eat It, hashtag ADV1, hashtag Full Kimono. How you doing, bro?
Hashtag come at me, bro.
Next, we have David Doring. I know he was before the podcast. He felt a little left out because he doesn't have his hashtag t-shirts yet. So,
dude, I need the ADV1 swag immediately. It should be here in the next couple of days. So then I'll have a hashtag shirt on.
Same.
So, and Lance, we have a new member that's coming on to talk about some of the stuff we want to discuss today. Mr. Lance Hepburn. Lance, how are you, brother?
What's up, fellas? I'm doing great.
So, Lance, this is your first panel podcast. I know you watched it before because you are just an avid member of the ADV1 family, and you like to watch all the content. I'm sure. I'm putting that on you. So, as you probably know, we're going to probably BS for about 10 minutes here. Just talk about life in general. And then we're going to kind of weave into our topic, and you'd already kind of discussed what your topic was, but how's everything going, guys? How's everything going with you, Lance? I know you just went to the zoo.
I'm good. Yeah, I just took the family to the zoo. That was fun. I finally got a day out where I didn't have to, stand outside the church doors and wait for everybody to come out trying to sell them insurance.
And nobody came behind you and was like, "Hey, why are you not in the field? Why are you not down?"
Right.
Yeah. Did I text you and ask you why you weren't working on that?
No,
I didn't even know you would.
No, nobody asked me why I wasn't working. That's for sure.
Nor should they, because you're a grown ass man.
Right. That's one
then
side.
David just got back from like Romania or some shit.
Greece,
he went to Greece.
Greece. Is that even close to Romania?
Dude, they're next door neighbors, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are they? Okay. Yeah, no, that was awesome. That was quite a challenge getting a flood of text out of order because of the lack of Wi-Fi there. So I was spinning around and Greg, we attempted a Zoom from the islands of Santorini. That
was gonna be my next question, bro. Did you hit the islands?
Yeah, man. Yep. Went to Santorini and then went to Zakynthos, the shipwreck beach, and experienced all that. So it's beautiful over there. That was always a destination for me, a spot I wanted to go to.
I want to go to
have that shipwreck. I used to have that shipwreck beach as a screensaver. I think all Windows computers used to have that from like 2010 to 18 or something. So that was really cool. Now I'm back now.
I've just recently freed myself of the chains, and so I started traveling. And the most recent travel I went to Cabo, which, by the way, Cabo is like paradise on earth. Well, I also went to Tahoe, but out of the country. Went to Cabo, and man, Cabo's amazing. Cabo's stupid, really fun. Like, we spent a week there, just had a blast. The best beaches, clear water, just about crystal clear, and man, I loved it. But now I want to go to Europe. I'm going to eventually go.
Dude, you need to go to Greece. If you think Cabo's where it's at, you need to go to Greece. Go to the Greek islands, man.
Yeah, I want to go to Greece.
Sounds like the perfect time too.
I want to go to Croatia. I want to go to right now. Mitch is in Italy. I want to go visit him in Italy and just like kind of tour Italy and France and Rome. And so, yeah, man.
Yeah, get you one of those affliction shirts, bro.
that was a dig at Mitch. I hope you're watching, brother. So what was the topic that we talked about? Lance, what were we talking about when we wanted to start this?
Agents winning.
Yeah, agents winning.
New agents winning.
New agents winning. Yeah, agents coming on board.
Not much experience.
Yeah. There's a lot of agents that are coming on board here, and it's been a process for those watching. It's not been like immediate. Hey, I got my writing number right away. I got leads right away. Like, this was all a process to ramp everything up, and there's been people that have been patient with it, and now they're seeing the fruits of their labors of waiting and being patient. And I know we each have a little bit of a story to share and things that they've seen, but Yeah. It's been there's been a lot of agents that are just it's like coming out of the woodworks now. It's like constantly on the Slack post LBL, 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 quality term, which the quality term is fire, by the way. I freaking love that product.
It is.
Yeah. So, and Lance, you had some experience with a quality term. You're pretty much a brand new agent. What was your experience, in the previous practice company, with the leads and the travel trips that you did versus now? And you were able to find some success with a quality term.
So I went on one real travel trip. It was I drove 7 hours to East Texas, and I spent like 1,600 on leads, and had 7 appointments. So I went out to run those 7 appointments. I sat with 5 of them, sold 3 of them. So I did decent off of the appointments that I had, but it was total cost. It cost me like almost $2,000 to go on that trip, and that was the drive out there, and it was just a 1-night stay. So, but then as far as this goes, I sold a couple products over Quility, or a couple policies with the Quility product the other day, and they were actually old clients that I couldn't get sold with anyone else. And I did it all over the phone. It was
Isn't that signature process magical?
It's unbelievable. And honestly, I was like, it was better than what I had even heard or thought it was going to be.
Huh.
I had sent so we worked the wife's policy first, and she was, I don't know if I should, make this a known thing, but she was actually driving down the road when she called me, and she was like, I want to get this done right now. If you can get me approved, because I wasn't able to get her approved on anybody else. And the way it was like her husband was only going to buy if she bought, like if she was approved.
Yeah.
So, so she was leaving work on her way home, and I was like, yeah, this is going to send you a text message. Literally all she had to do was click on it and like say yes.
Yeah. There's a click.
And then the second one was, I think there was one extra step, but it was like 2 clicks, and then, and then she was done. So,
yeah.
I mean, I had hers done completely. Just, she was driving down the road, talking on the phone, asked her the questions, went through the what is it, like 9 questions, something like that. And then it popped up and said, congratulations, your policy will be received upon payment, or upon receiving payment. And then she got the email like probably 2 minutes later with her policy. And then as we finished up and she got the policy emailed to her, she was pulling into her driveway. She walked in, handed the phone to her husband, and then he bought his policy. So it was pretty easy.
How long did it take you to do that application? Isn't it like 5-7 minutes?
Start to finish, I would say, with waiting for her text messages and all that, I would say start to finish was 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah. I went, the one I did was like 7 minutes.
Well, she was also driving, so.
Yeah. That's fantastic. David, you had an agent come on board from another IMO, and basically he's having some very massive success that's in the process, in the works right now. But how's that situation going?
Yes, he is. And by the way, Lance, that's awesome, and congrats. I remember when e-apps first came out. Not to date myself in the industry, but they used to take so long, like an hour and a half to get through one, and the client was like almost ready to fall asleep by the end. So that's so cool to see, like, that how much it's improved and the tools that we have with the carriers. I mean, it pretty soon it's going to be even quicker than that. It's going to be like 2-3 minutes in the future. But yeah, I've got a guy, Fisher, same name as me, David. So he goes by Fisher, and this guy is on fire. You're going to be seeing him on a lot of leaderboards and podcasts. We'll get him on here. But a lot of people from other companies, they still have a decent network. They still have a sphere, but for whatever reason, something was kind of holding them back from totally servicing that, their kind of people that they have in their network. A lot of that I think is from like the leadership, a lot of the leadership at other companies. I'm sure you guys know how this works, but they basically will take, a huge cut just to go on an appointment with you and train you, or they'll take your entire market altogether and go, hey, your first 10 clients, Greg, they're all mine. You don't get to do anything, and we're going to go visit them before you're even licensed. So a lot of people get rubbed the wrong way, and they go, well, I want to keep my market, to where after I'm licensed, then I can actually have a chance of helping them. And then if there's any word that, hey, 20, 30% starting comp is not great, then it's even more, they're like, man, I'm searching for another platform to be able to service this market. I want to make sure I'm doing what's best for them. I don't want to shove one product down their throat if it's not, what's best for that particular client and their situation. So, anyways, I've had the absolute pleasure of working with this gentleman, and we've met with a few clients we've got commitments to move forward on some massive cases. And that's just the very beginning. One of the huge clients is actually an agent that was also mistreated at the practice company. So he's got an even bigger network of clients that he's going to, refer, and we're going to help service. So yeah, some very, very big things in the works, but that wouldn't be possible unless we had the culture we have here, which is where we're trying to help each other, help agents. Like, I'll hop on a Zoom with any agent that's trying to close, a client, and I know that it's going to come back to me, so I don't need to take a split. I don't need to take anybody's clients. Like, it's all about just help the agents, and, it's kind of that good karma thing, but it's going to come back around to you tenfold, if you just like selflessly help other agents. So, I mean, all of us here, like, Kevin, I mean, you've been doing a crazy good job with just answering everybody's questions. I can't even get into the Slack fast enough. You've already like responded to the people that are asking questions in there. So
Bro,
that kind of stuff
is
crazy, man. Yeah. And throwing a meme. I mean, you can respond to somebody's question with a meme faster than I can just text it to them. So
He makes the meme. He creates it out from scratch.
Yeah, he creates them. He's the meme. He's the hashtag meme king right there, down there. So, but anyways, yeah, I'm excited for a lot of these newer agents coming on board, that we're seeing their success. We're seeing them start to post their numbers in the chat, and it's only going to grow from here once we get more and more going.
Dude, and here's the thing is that like, it's like about to pop, like it's about to explode. You're just seeing, because you're seeing
They don't even know.
It's insane how great it looks, because it's just like it started trickling, and now it's very steady, and it's getting more and more steady, like almost like by the hour now. It's just like boom, boom, boom. All these deals are being posted. It's like these people are starting to win, and all of them are just like, holy shit, these leads are good. Like, and it's just this unanimous voice of like, I didn't know what I didn't know, that leads could be this way, but this is the way they're supposed to be.
Yep.
And I just get an immense amount of pleasure and joy. I would say probably joy of seeing all these agents succeed at a massive rate, because it's almost disheartening and sad when you see when they're coming across and they're saying, I had this or this situation. I was, at the practice company, and I was working so much and buying so many leads that I went in debt. I went in credit card debt, that now I'm doing Uber. I'm driving Uber right now in order to get back in the game and buy more leads. Like that, it's like this culture and this environment. It's almost like a gambler, like they're addicted to buying the leads, and like even though they're like, it's like gambling. Like, oh man, I'm just looking to see if I succeed. I'm gonna go spend $1,000 and go hit the slots. Maybe I hit it big. And that's what you're doing. You're literally going and just pulling on slots with those kinds of leads, and you're just hoping that one of them pays out. And it becomes this like addictive mentality. And I feel it makes me sad, honestly. But at the same time, I see people that are coming on board, and they're you see their apprehensions start to just fade away and fall. as they actually get the leads in hand. They call them, they test them, and they're like, whoa, this is like, I was not believing it till now. And like, this is real. And they're so excited, just happy, and mindsets are getting corrected, all that stuff. So, Kevin, you've had some experiences like that with some of the agents on board that, I mean, there's agents that you're having conversations with that you're not even like, they're not even your downline. You don't even know where they're at. You're just like, hey, man, let me help you out.
Bro, my calendar is so full with these 30-minute, 1-hour sessions that I'm having with people, right? A lot of the ones that are like posting on Slack right now. And like you, it brings pure joy just seeing it, right? Because it is a straight up gut punch to everything that happened at the practice company. And I don't care, I'll say it. And I'll also put out there that for somebody that tells you if you make 15 grand, you need to go back to your W-2 with what you're doing, don't even come here. Come over here. We'll increase your profitability. 15 grand, that's easy. We got people that are setting 5 of 5, 6 of 6, 8 of 9 contacted. And guess what? That lead budget was anywhere upwards of $600, $800. And they're doing it remote. You want to talk about profitability? Sure.
And then you don't have to, and you're not pushing one specific company that's 30% more expensive than every other company, and using a lead source that's being shared with every other agent in the company and in that area, so that when you come in and write what you're forced to write, another agent that doesn't listen to anybody comes in and writes and undercuts you and replaces your policy. So that's not happening.
Really bothers me. Gosh, that really bothers me when products are pushed and because clients don't. That's the thing, you guys. Like, clients don't know any better. You're the professional, so like they're gonna go with whatever you're recommending. So if you're saying, hey, this is the best thing for you because you get paid more, you get paid a bonus. I mean, that's not, that's not good.
It's that the professional. You're not doing what's best for the client. You're doing what's best for you,
right?
And you're just trying to make a sale. And you should never operate that way. I'm telling you, man. I've had plenty of appointments where I've sat with them, and I'm like, hey, you guys are good. Like, I do not recommend you get any more coverage or to change the coverage you have. That would be disingenuous of me to recommend anything. You guys are actually in a really good spot. I've done that at many appointments, and I don't see it. And you know what I get? I get people that are thankful that I'm honest and transparent. I get people that reach out to me. And I tell them, I'm like, if you have any questions about insurance, you can reach out to me anytime. Even though I'm not your insurance guy, I will give you a very candid and transparent reaction and look at what, whatever your question is. And I've gotten so many referrals from that because they're like, hey, this guy's legit. Like, he'll actually take care of you. And I'll just get people texting me like, oh yeah, hey, you helped my friend, blah, blah. It's like, actually, I didn't help them, but I guess I did, because it's not about making a sale. It's about taking care of people. So absolutely. Do you have any specific stories, Kevin, about anyone that you helped out?
We had an agent. I'll leave his name out, but mindset was a huge deal. You already hit on it. Like, people are super scarred from the practice company about getting on the phones, dialing people, waiting for that other shoe to drop. Right. I woke up early to set aside an hour for him. I woke up at 4:30 my time so that I can get on Zoom with him and help him through his script, right? Help him through his mindset, give him ideas on how to get his mindset right. And then that was yesterday. Today, he posted a big sale of over 2,000, his first sale with ADV1. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was actually going to talk about him too. So he, you know what? So not only the scarred, because I mean, he actually, I talked to him right after he got sale, because him and I had a practice session like Friday night, late one night, and I was like busy, and then I took a break literally with Lexi to go to a restaurant to go eat dinner that's nearby, and we were sitting down eating, and he was like, and he texted me, he was like, hey, do you still have time tonight? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I literally called him while I was in the restaurant and finishing dinner, and practiced for like 30, 45 minutes, practiced his script with him. And I went over piece by piece. I said, hey, change this, change this, change this. And I gave him my script and said, this is how you want to be on the phone. These are why. And I broke it down with him. And he was just super, super thankful. And, you know, he's reached out to me several times and just shared his experience with the previous company. And something that he shared with me was like super disturbing was, you know, his son's also in the company.
He did share that with me too, man. I know where you're going with it, and it's
his son's in the company too, and he had said something in one of the group chats, like, "Hey," like basically questioning, like, "Hey, man, these leads don't seem like they're exclusive. They seem kind of crappy. Like, I've called X amount of times, and people are saying that they already get the coverage or they didn't sign up. Like, this doesn't seem like a lead, and it's not a lead. Let's just be frank." The upline reached out to him. And I mean, I don't think you know this, David or Lance, reached out to him and basically started talking, just berating him. And it was like, literally was like, you have a shitty mindset, and you're and like, you don't talk shit about the leads. You just don't have, you have a terrible work ethic. That's why your son's actually out there winning and you're losing. It's because your shitty mindset. If you don't like it, go work at McDonald's, go flip burgers at McDonald's. You're better doing that.
Wow.
And it wasn't even like one paragraph. It was like 4 paragraphs of that. And I read it and I was just like, dude, if someone talked to my dad that way,
bro,
hey, don't nobody talk to my dad that way. I don't care who the fuck you are. That shit ain't happening. It's just
right now.
It's just not. And I was sad because he was like, dude, he's like mesmerized. Like I was like, dude, send that to your son. He's like, dude, my son already knows. He's like mesmerized. And that right there, that's cultish. It's like saving people from a cult. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, that right there, it bugged me so much that I'm like, dude, I want you to win so hard and just crush it here so bad now. Like, dude, you're gonna be the next 200K in a month producer, bro. This is happening. I'm gonna pour into you so much.
He contacted me after that conversation with you, and he was still worried. He's like, hey, I like a different perspective. I'm gonna start dialing and like being in the field tomorrow, and it starts at this time. And I was like, dude, no problem. I'm going to wake up super early. We're going to break everything down, right? Get you some practice beforehand. You're going to take a break, a deliberate break, get your mindset right? And then do your thing. And then boom, posted a 2K sale.
Yeah. Which is awesome. He was like super excited. He's all pumped. He's like, man, this is great. I feel great. I'm like, dude, you can do it again, right? He's like, yeah, absolutely. All right, man, let's go. It's, man, just so many people winning here. And I love that. So
you
yeah,
know, Greg, on that, as far as like that doesn't surprise me really with that upline and that leadership, because your practice company, my practice company, like that's something that they feel like they're losing control of, that like when they're putting the blinders on their people, when people start to think on their own 2 feet, that really scares them. Because if you're not in a platform that you know is legit, that's going to be able to get people to where they want to go, you're starting to lose control, and it can downward spiral very quickly. So they try to stop that. Anytime somebody, you know, comes in with a good mindset and they want to like figure out, hey, is this the best platform? And they start to question. I mean, some of the best agents and the best, really, I mean, professionals in the world, they're very inquisitive. They ask questions so that they can learn and they can understand, hey, this is where I need to be. This is where I'm at. Well, if every time you ask a question, you kind of get kicked or get put aside or get, yelled at for doing that, belittled, you're going to want to ask less and less questions, which means your growth is going to be stunted. So I think that for all the agents out there watching this, like if you were making a shift to a company, like ask questions, make sure that, you never lose the ability to think with your own mind, and don't just be brainwashed with whatever you're being told, or, the Kool-Aid that you're drinking, because maybe, you could have avoided a lot of years of pain and suffering, and you could have made a shift earlier and been able to do a lot better by your agents, by your clients. So, just always keep using you got a brain for a reason, right? You don't have to just be a monkey and do what you're told, you
Mhm.
know? That's so important. And I think that people are kind of like sidetracked with the success of their mentor, or like, you know, somebody that's doing really well. And so they just kind of like blindly follow. And that's dangerous if you know, in a lot of cases. So I just wanted to say that's really unfortunate for that gentleman, but it sounds like he's gonna do some great things with us here. So I'm glad to
Yeah.
have him.
I mean, I'm just super pumped for him. You know, you hit a really good point. Um, Sometimes you got to ask yourself why. So I had a call right before, actually it was when I first started on, when Lance was first on, when everyone was kind of jumping on Zoom, and I got a call from an agent, and they text me, and they're like, "Hey, I just had a text conversation with with my old upline, and they said some things that were really disturbing, and can you call?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I literally called right away. I'm like, "What's up, brother?" And he was like, "Hey, man, they're saying this and that, yeah, like you guys are gonna get sued, and that, you know, all like you guys are fraudulent." And I was like, "Well, let's dissect this, okay? Let's ask ourselves why would they do that? Why would they use fear and intimidation to get you to change your mind?" I was like, let's just play this scenario out. If you have company A and company B, and you're with company A, and company A screams from the rooftops, "We're the best. We're the best. We have the best systems. We have put agents in the best place to succeed. Best, 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 best." And then you start to say, "Well, you know what? I do everything on my own. I'm not really using their systems." I look over here at company B, and they're actually using the same systems that I'm using, and it actually makes more sense for me. I'm going to go over here. If company A really was the best, why would they say, "Hey, we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you back in 3 months because we know we're the best. We'll see you. We'll see you soon." Why wouldn't they do that? You know, I was like, that's what I would do. And anybody who wants to leave, I'm like, "All right, deuces.
Yep.
You don't fit. I don't like, we will sign anything to
People
really
have.
say, yeah, we have.
Yeah.
That's fine. Hey, you want to go back? Go back. You know, you want to get back because you were offered 130% comp and free leads. Hey, man, that's a great deal. Go tell all your friends that that's what you got, and have them come over here, and then everyone can start getting that comp, and everyone will start getting free leads. You know, that's great. Like, everyone should be winning. I want them to win. You know, but if you're like, let's dissect this into like a relationship. If you're in a toxic relationship, who has been in toxic relationships? I have. So what happens when you're in that toxic relationship and everything starts to fall and starts and you guys, and it happens on both sides. I don't care which party you are. Both parties cling. If at one point or another, both of you or one or the other clings to stay together. And when you feel that you're losing control, what do? You threaten, you scare, you say terrible things, but you're trying to do shock and awe to convince them to stay. And it creates this toxic environment. And what happens when you finally cut that tie, when you're like, "I'm done. I'm finally done. I'm cutting tie," and you go out and you distance yourself and you get into a more positive mindset, you realize just how happy you were not in that environment, and just how happy you are now. And it's like why? So let's back it up now. Why does people use in fear and intimidation? Because they know that once you leave, you're not coming back, because it's a toxic relationship and they know how bad it is. And misery loves company. And when people are miserable and they're afraid to make this decision themselves, they're going to do anything they can to bring you to their side, because it validates that they're in a shitty position, that they are afraid to make the position and the jump, and they're afraid to be leaders and say, "Hey, my agents aren't winning. My agents are broke. They're going to credit card debt. They're doing this, this, or that. They're not winning though. But you know what? I get to write out my overrides." You see all this happening, and you know that people aren't winning. You know that people are buying shit leads, and you're so afraid to make the choice and make the jump. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to jump on the bandwagon and use fear and intimidation to validate your shitty decision. So, hey,
That is so true. I mean, that is so true. Like, it even happened for me when same thing for you, Greg, when you left practice company. But when I left my other practice company, it's like the people that were your best friends, they had it, oh, David's the greatest and everything. The moment they catch wind that I'm even thinking about entertaining other options, calling everybody in my team, oh, David's this horrible person. David is going to be in trouble. The cops are after him. All this BS.
Cops are after. Someone said the FBI was after me, and I was like, bro, I literally stream from my house daily.
That would actually be impressive.
They know where to find me.
I'm surprised you haven't been swatted yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. And then, but the point is like what you said was so true. Like, that they would do that if they knew that I was going to go somewhere that was worse. They'd be like, hey, we wish you the best, go for it. And then they'd know that I was coming right back.
You're going to come right back because the system don't work over there.
Right. And so they knew that every single person that if they didn't try to throw me under the bus and they were coming with me, they were never coming back. And not one person that's shifted out has gone back, nor will they, because I mean, there's just so many things that they're lacking there. But I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you feel that kickback when you want to leave, that should be an indicator that I'm probably not at the best spot. There's probably somewhere better.
That's literally the red flag of being in a toxic relationship. That's the red flag. Everyone's been there and everyone's felt that. And when you're in a toxic relationship and you're like, man, but you're in your heart of hearts, you're like, nah, man, I can make it work. And I love this person. I love them. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna forget all this. I'm gonna forget. Nah, bro. No, they ain't changing. They're not changing. No matter, you can only control what you can control, and that's you. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the core of that relationship, which is based upon the support, which is based upon the care and concern of the leadership, which is based upon all the tools that are at your disposal, that are given to you, that are provided to you, and just the onus and the responsibility, accountability of the leadership from the top levels going down. Creating a culture and a climate that bleeds, that starts at the top levels and it bleeds to the entire organization, that is positive, that is uplifting, that helps everybody succeed and win. And you can't change that. You can't change other people. All you can do is put yourself in the best position possible. So get your mindset out of trying to ride it out and make it, accept those negativities because you feel that you're going to be able to change it, or you're in an okay spot. But what about other people? So that's all. That's all I got to say about that.
Like people going into credit card debt, people really struggling. I mean, Greg, do you really think that like anybody should be struggling that hard in an industry that
in any industry
well?
And zero industries?
Come on. Like that too. And so like, it was so fun at the practice company I was at, like everybody that was talking on the big stages at the conventions and everything, like all of them had the story of like, my car got repoed. I was homeless at one point, like because of this journey in the company. And I'm like, wait, that's not selling me the dream. Like, has anybody ever made money here without getting their car repoed? Like, should I start sleeping in my car to make it happen here? It was like really weird that well, how come everybody's supposed to be why do we have to struggle for so long in order to be successful here? And it's like that's that thing of trying to push through a crappy situation and just not going, you know what, maybe this isn't working for me, maybe I need to make a shift. And the moment I made a shift, it was like night and day difference. Like, man, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. We don't have to struggle. I can rest assured my car's not is going to be there tomorrow. So that's that just kind of, I guess that really hit home with me, that comparison. I like that the toxic relationship to the insurance industry. It's very true.
It's pretty accurate, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so Lance, I mean, you haven't been in the insurance industry long. Luckily, I was able to show you a path, and I honestly did try to show you a path that was like the best for you, not the best for me. And now you're in this position here. So looking at what your position was there, and and I know you don't have, a ton of experience. How do you feel about all of this going forward in terms of your position, agents' positions moving forward, et cetera?
I'm loving it. I used that line today, 130% of nothing is still nothing. So when I was I've brought 6 agents on so far in the last 3 days from the previous AMO. And they're all like, oh, my comp is a lot higher, and I have it better over here. Well, why is it better? Because your comp is higher. Are you making that much money? Like, what are you making? What are your issue pay numbers? Oh, well, I've been struggling with the leads recently, so my sales aren't that great. Okay, so 130% of $5,000 versus 100% of $15,000, which one sounds better? So to me, there's just a lot more transparency, like we talk about. It's a much easier, smoother process.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Absolutely. We hate bullies. And come at me, bro. Like, seriously, 13-year veteran. The whole reason I joined the Army was to fight against bullies. The whole entire experience since the transition. And just to point out that the transition was supposed to be like anybody would expect, right? The people that wanted to separate, do our own thing. We just want to be left alone, do our own thing. That's not the case. And everybody watching this, because we know you watch.
Oh yeah.
Every underhanded shit that's going on is going to come back around, not only through karma, but it's going to come back around, because we all hate bullies. And everybody that's watching that knows these things are going on, the text messages to block, the disparaging, open your eyes.
Oh yeah, that happened to me just the other day. I reached out. I saw an agent asking a question that was kind of like, with that kind of question, the first person I'm going to be going to is like my upline or somebody that has more experience. Not trying to post it out to just a random insurance Facebook group asking questions. So I messaged them on Facebook, and it turns out one of their best friends was their upline. And then the upline randomly messaged me on Facebook, just trying to, like pretty much threaten me, not in a threatening way, but just like, not a smart idea to be messaging people trying to poach agents. I was like, take it easy, buddy. It's just people are taking it pretty hard.
Yeah. And what's funny is that they don't like being done to them what they are doing themselves. They've been doing
Exactly
to every other company across the industry. And they think like, that's like friggin', it's just karma. Like you said, it's karma coming back. And here's the thing is that I don't reach out to anybody. I don't reach out to anybody. Not one person have I reached out and said, hey, I got this going on over here. You want to come work with me? Nope. Every single person has reached out to me and said, hey, I agree with everything that you're saying. Things don't add up here. My upline treats me like crap. The leads suck.
Yep.
The culture here is terrible. I'm not making any money. I'm in debt. It goes on and on and on. And then I'm like, hey, let me see if I can help you out. Let's have a conversation. See if this makes sense for you. I don't reach out to anybody. But that it just goes to show you that, like, if you have that kind of a problem, the problem's not outside of you. It is inside. Fix you. But they're not going to, so they probably stop watching by now.
No, they're not. Now they're furious, and they're just waiting until.
Dude, Kevin, you're awesome, bro. I love you, man. Because you're like you're a bulldog. I mean, you don't like you stand up for everybody. Like when anybody gets like talked down to or a mean comment or whatever, you're like you have their back. Like, and you're just like you don't put up with any of this shit. So that's just so cool. Because like there's a lot of people that are just such pushovers. You know, even people that are uplines or whatever. It's like you start getting belittled and they go and hide. You know, and you get no support, and you're just kind of like you feel like you're on your own, which is really when you need the most support, is when like you're being tested like that for using your own brain and thinking and questioning things. And so I think that's kind of like the just goes to show like the culture that we're creating here. It's like we're going to help you no matter what, no matter whose team you're on, no matter who's your upline, what you're struggling with, because we know when we do that, it's going to come back around to us tenfold. That's just how things work. So you just gotta, you gotta think a little bit further ahead than just the immediate short-term gain. So that's what we're all about here. We're here to help everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you
And
for that, David.
and with that, David, we will close. So great way to close this out. For everyone watching, thank you so much for taking part and watching in our boys panel podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, you like the video, and if you got anything out of this, if you got any value, here's the cost of watching this. Share it with somebody. Share it with somebody that you know gets a value out of this as well. If you're digging the ADV1 gear, hashtag full kimono, hashtag meme king, hashtag transparency, hashtag no more travel trips, and hashtag leadership wins. That's it. I was like, what is it? Go check out the Advantage One Brokers store, and it's live now, and it's constantly being updated with new content. And we have sweaters, we have shirts, polos. We're going to be doing a jacket, I think, too soon. Yeah, if you need anything from any of us, Kevin, someone wants to reach out to you because they want to chat, they like your help, they like the way that you are a protector, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, new hashtag protector.
Uh,
Cell phone number, never going to change. Area code 720-416-2907. Text, call. I'm always available.
David, how about you, brother?
Yes, best way to reach me, my cell, 760-505-2641. Text, call, email. We got you.
And Lance, last but not least.
It's going to be 325-716-6303. Text or call me anytime.
Fantastic. And to all you watching, until next time.
$1,000. I'm just saying, get a couple of these, do these. Like even here, taking the call They were saying all you need is 10 mortgage protection to be fine. And I know that to be true because I did it before. I was getting 10 to 14, doing 25, 30K no matter what. But of course, after I hit my 53K, my leads were suppressed because it was COVID. Even though, you know, people are refinancing their houses at 1%, I should have been dripping in leads and I wasn't, and that's okay. But, you know, we're over here saying you don't need 20 because someone's like, can I get 20? They're like, calm down. It's not that serious because we're so used to trying to eat up everything that's there to be successful. It's like, no, just take a seat, get 10 mortgage protection leads. That's all you need.
If you need more, I go up to 15.
Yeah. If you're that desperate, because what is happening at the previous where people are locking out entire states and telling you, hey, buddy, go somewhere else. It ain't happening here. Like, and then, you know, they're obviously promoting travel because that type of thing is being allowed. It's like, there's enough to go around and it doesn't have to be this way. There's a better way. And it took over 2,000 people leaving for you guys to try to make changes and start promoting Zoom calls and telemarketing, but it's something you built 5 seconds ago. It's not sound. It's not, you know, worked through. It's not educated. It's just a bunch of people who were just talking crap about it the day before, now promoting it because, you know, I don't know, they're getting butt kissing points or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a damn about no fame and YouTube videos and all this other stuff. I give a damn about giving information and spreading that knowledge. Yep. And making sure everybody has it available. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you what I've done. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it so you can do it or not. Mm-hmm. At least you got the choice. And I was honest with you. So you can have an expectation. But when you lie to people and tell them, oh, if you do this, you should yield this, and they're not, and your only response is to buy more leads, that's wrong. And you know it is. Yep. Y'all make enough money to create a system that's better for the people. And that's why I was like, you know what? They're not going to change because they want me to come back. They want to buy me back to participate in the same system and not make it better. I'm going to go somewhere where we're going to do it right from the beginning. Yep. And we're going to make sure everybody has support. And we're going to make sure we keep coming up with ideas on how to support people. Because at the end of the day, if they win, we win. If they make more money, we'll make more money. Not that that's the goal, because I feel like Patrice is going to do 30, 40K no matter what or more. So I don't need my downlines to survive, but I do want you to survive. Mm. And I want you to make it and have an actual chance. And that's my truth. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Patrice. This has been, I knew this was going to be a good one. And I really, really appreciate you coming on board and just having a conversation with me. If anybody wanted to work with you, if they see this and they're like, man, that girl spits straight hot fire, how can they get in touch with you, Patrice?
You know, shoot me a messenger on Facebook. That's fine. Shoot me a text. You know, my number is 760-682-8824. I'll probably ask to like FaceTime you or something like that, so I can make sure you're not with the feds. That's just me, because to me, in order for me to keep doing what I'm doing and saving people, as I say, I will protect you. And I'm not going to tell everybody who all came over, because that's none of their business, because you're independent. Yeah. But that's just to protect me, so I can keep doing what I'm doing and reach out to people before the block party happens. Because honestly, if they're telling you to block me, you should be asking questions. Why?
Yeah, absolutely. You are 100% right. For all of you watching, thank you so much for participating in the AV1 podcast and taking part of this. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you go ahead and like the channel or subscribe to the channel and like the video. If you got any value from this, the fee is you share the video with somebody else that can get value. Okay, share the love, and that's how we.
Truth.
Yeah, that's how we can help save more and more agents.